Gale, starting off, tell us a little bit about yourself and your operation.
All right. Well, we're out here at a Deep Roots Farm. We're sitting on 53 acres of Piscataway land in Upper Marlboro, showing gratitude and just trying to take care of the space and grow some vegetables, feed the community.
So we have some questions here from avid gardeners in the area. First one is, please tell us some of the best companion plantings that you have discovered.
Well, I will say for me, a big one is adding additional items with my tomato plants. So we plant our tomatoes down the middle of our beds. And so there's plenty of space on both sides for either adding onions or garlic or your scallions, or even carrots can be planted, or heads of lettuce can go in. Marigolds, basil, all of those things can be planted alongside your tomato plants. And so that would add habitat for beneficials. It also provides just maximizing use of your space.
For a gardener, especially maximizing their space is
Exactly.
important. Going on to the next question, what are some of your favorite varieties of vegetables, and what are some weird ones that you think people should try?
My favorite varieties, I'm going to have to say eggplant. I love Japanese eggplant with the light purple skin because I just love to make sauteed eggplant. Weird one that I think folks should definitely try to have a lot of nutritional benefits would be bitter melon or long beans. Those are two Asian specialty crops that we do here and items that I grew up eating. It's an acquired taste, the bitter melon, but once you figure out how to prepare it, it is delicious.
And do you have bitter melon in your CSA?
We don't put it into CSA because it's just not one that folks are into, but we offer it at the farmers market.
Yeah. Back to tomatoes, please give some tips on tomato staking.
Okay. We use a technique called single stemming. So instead of allowing all of our tomato plants to get bushy, we let them grow one main stem and remove all of the side shoots. Now, for the home gardener, even if you have just a 5x8 garden, you can run line, an 8-foot line, using either wooden stakes or T-posts, and you would put 3 of those and run a line across the top, and then string your single stem tomato up and hanging it from that one line, and just let it grow up that line all the way, removing all the side shoots. That allows for the energy to concentrate it into that one stem and all the fruit production. You will get greater fruit production that way, and you'll also maximize your space. So in that 8-foot spacing, you can have 6 plants.
Now, I know it's hard to describe what tomato staking is like. Is there any time where people can come to the farm and see it in action?
Yes, they can reach out to us on our website and offer to come volunteer, and we can give them a demonstration.
Okay, what are some of the best practices you have around watering and fertilizing? This is an organic operation.
So for watering, because of course we want to be conservative and not waste, we use drip irrigation, and we are checking our soil 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches for moisture to ensure we do need to water. We're not just on a systematic watering system because it just depends on your soil. You have really sandy soil that doesn't have organic matter, so it's not holding on to the moisture, then that's a factor that goes into how frequently you need to water. So it depends on your soil type that's going to dictate your frequency for watering. For us, we do check our soil. We do have different soils in different fields, and so that's going to determine when and how often we water. We love to feed our plants with organic compost. So in the start of the year, we tried to put down a layer of compost and mix that into the top 2 inches of our growing beds. We also will side dress our plants with hydrated chicken manure or alfalfa meal during the season. All organic products that you can purchase online and have shipped to you. And so those are the items that we primarily use. We also use fish emulsion that we can be utilized for a foliar spray for some of our crops.
You talked about checking your soil. What did you mean by that?
So you just take a little shovel and just open up the soil, maybe just pick up a little bit and just feel it. And if it's dry and just falling apart, then you know your soil is dry. If it's moist and clayey and you can squeeze it and actually feel moisture, then you know you're good.
And do you do anything to test your soil to kind of lead some of your
Yes.
fertilization?
And so at the beginning of the season, we will take samples from all of our fields. We'll send those off to a lab and we'll get a detailed report back telling us what nutrients are lacking, what we need to amend for. And then we work with a soil consultant that really focuses on the biology of our soil. Building that biology is where we want to be. We utilizing wood chips to mulch our walkways, even to mulch some of our beds, right? Because as those wood chips break down, they're going to add biology and organic matter to our growing spaces, but they're also going to help with keeping our soil moist and covered. And so the at-home gardeners can definitely check in with their local extension agents, and I'm sure they have tons of resources that they can share with you that are within your areas. So use your extension agents.
All right. Last question from gardeners is, what do you feel is the best preventative tip for pests in your vegetable gardens? And I'm going to expand on that and say, what pests do you find in this area?
Okay. Preventative tips for pests. Well, pests are part of our ecosystem. So we're always going to have some level of pest, but the key there is having a diverse growing environment, right? You want to have your flowers. You want to provide habitat for your pollinators and for your good insects. Even if you want to just introduce some of those beneficial insects each year, we do assassin bugs, we do lacewings, we get ladybugs, we even incorporate nematodes into some of our growing spaces. And we allow for those in intervals. And so I find over the years that having those beneficials added help to increase the population of our beneficial insects versus our non-beneficial insects. And so that is one of the techniques that we utilize. Then just keeping flowers and keeping things growing on your property and having it be a diversity in varieties will help. Okay, so one of the big pests that we have here in this region are harlequin bugs. My nemesis. Row covers. I tell everyone, invest in some good insect netting and you can keep your brassicas covered, and that will really help with the pressure from the harlequin bugs.
All right. Last thing, you have a bunch of beautiful plants behind you. What is happening with those?
Yes. So this year we are doing a plant sale on our farm. And so you can come to our plant sale May 10th and May 11th and buy a lot of your plants for your home garden right here on our farm.
Very cool. Right. Oh, and how can the people find you?
Yes, you can find us online at deeprootsfarm.us. That's deeprootsfarm.us. And Instagram at deeprootsfarm.